Ooh, I'm excited for this topic. It's time for another tool to help you reach financial independence and financial freedom faster. I already showed you the strategy on how to get free cars for financial independence, so now we're adding to that list of tools that you can use. Hundreds of thousands of dollars is what you could be leaving on the table if you aren't contributing to an HSA every year. Even if you are, you could still be leaving more than $300,000 on the table if you aren't using it properly. Now, I don't want this to happen to you, so let's dive into this topic to make sure you've got yourself set up to really maximize a health savings account. Listen up, even if you aren't pursuing financial independence, you still need to consider investing in an HSA like it's a retirement account for you because the benefits are absolutely insane, which I'll cover in this video, so do not miss it. Even if you are not contributing to one right now, then you'll better understand it once we're finished. In this video, I'm going to give you a crash course on an HSA, also known as a health savings account. If you don't understand the details of an HSA, then it can be a little bit intimidating, so I want to help you break down those barriers and those walls so you can see what's so good about an HSA. We're going to cover things like the what, when, where, and how. I'll show you what you need to be doing so that you can turn a yearly $3,500 contribution into over $300,000 if you're single and over $600,000 if you have a family. I'll also log into my personal HSA to show you the system and process that I have set up to ensure a 100% success rate. If you have any questions or need a little bit more clarification throughout the video, then please let me know down in the comments. I'll answer every single question or do my best to help you find the answer that you're looking for. Like I said, I know that an HSA can seem really intimidating at first, but the only way that we reduce intimidation is by educating ourselves just a little bit more, which I'm going to help you out with that exact thing in this video. Hey, I'm Jarrad with an A, and on this channel, we like to talk about all things personal finance and investing. An HSA is basically a savings or investment account that you can contribute pre-tax money to every single year. Now, single people can contribute up to $3,500 per year, and families can contribute up to $7,000 per year. Once money is put into this account, the only way to withdraw it is by spending money on medical expenses. On the surface, this sounds dumb and not worth your time at all. At least, that's what I used to think. Let me get this straight. Your money is basically locked up with the annoying restriction of only being able to access it through going to the doctor, spending money on medication, getting injured, or other medical related expenses like that. Yes, that's correct, but what if you looked at and used your HSA like another form of investment account? Think 401k, IRA, 403b, and so on. The best part is this would be a tax-free investment account. I'll give you the strategy to make this happen in just a minute. Think of an HSA like a way to hedge your bets when it comes to medical costs when you get older. It's a way for you to kind of earmark less of your retirement money that's in, we'll say, a 401k, IRA, or 403b towards medical expenses. If you haven't done it yet, please Hulk smash that thumbs up button. The way you use your health savings account like an investment is by actually investing the money that you contribute into it. It's kind of confusing because the name has savings account in it, but once you deposit the money into the account, you'll have the option to either invest that money or just let it sit there. The HSA that I have allows me to invest all but $1,000 of the money in my account. To be honest with you, I'm not sure if all HSAs are like this, but that's just how mine is set up, so I gotta deal with it. I'm assuming they do this just to make sure that you have a little bit of non-invested cash just in case you needed it. In the grand scheme of things, $1,000 isn't very much, and I kind of appreciate the fact that they're giving me this little restriction. I'll show you my investments in just a few minutes. There's actually a triple tax savings with an HSA. Yes, you heard me right. You save on your taxes 3 freaking times. The first way, the money you contribute to an HSA is pre-tax money from your paycheck, so you skip out on paying the taxes right there. The second way, the gains from your investment growth, dividend payouts, and interest accumulated is not taxed at all, so you skip out on paying taxes right there as well. And the third way, when you withdraw the money for medical expenses, you do not pay any taxes on that distribution. So you don't pay any taxes on what you put in, and you don't pay any taxes on any of the gains within the account. It's kind of like saying, sorry, not sorry, government, but I'm not paying taxes on these either. The way that you're going to turn this into an additional retirement account is by not pulling money out from your HSA when you have any medical expenses. This means that you'll pay for all medical costs out of pocket and save the receipts so that you can cash those suckers in many years down the road. The reason you'll do this is because you'll want the money in your HSA to be invested for as long as possible so that it can grow. If you put $3,500 $3,500 into it this year and pulled out that $3,500 in the same year to pay for medical expenses, then you'd only have $3,500 to spend. But, and this is a big but, if you left the $3,500 invested, paid for the medical expenses out of pocket, saved the receipts, assumed a 7% return, and withdrew that money in 20 years, then that $3,500 would turn into over $13,500 of tax-free money. And that's just after 20 years. Let's get a little more wild and crazy. If you waited 30 years, then that $3,500 would turn into over $26,500 of tax-free money. And this is just from contributing to an HSA for 1 year if you're a single person. Keep in mind, this example is for a single person. If you are a family, then you can contribute up to $7,000 per year and you would have double that amount. I've got a bonus tip for you, so listen up. Now, if you want to maximize your return even more, then you'll want to do this. We're going to game the system a little bit. Since you're going to leave the money in your HSA so that it can grow, you're going to need to pay for medical expenses out of your pocket. But you're smart and responsible, so instead of paying for those out-of-pocket expenses with cash or a boring debit card, you pay for them all with a good rewards credit card that you pay off before the end of every month. Mind blown. Think about this. Not only are you making money by keeping your HSA money invested, but you're also getting, we'll say, 2% cash back on that purchase if that's the type of rewards card that you use. If you want to know the best cashback rewards credit card to get, I made a video on that. I will throw a link in the description to that video where I also tell you which cashback rewards credit card I personally use. To open and contribute to an HSA, you need to be at least 18 years old and covered under a qualified high-deductible health plan, sometimes referred to as an HDHP. Now, these high-deductible health plans are usually always offered, so it shouldn't be an issue. There's two ways to start investing in an HSA that you need to know about. The first way is through your current employer. As long as you've chosen a high-deductible health plan, then you're good to go. Your employer will usually call this plan out as HSA eligible, but if you're not sure, then by all means check with your HR department. Sometimes employers will even offer to contribute some money to your HSA as well. In the case of the company that I work for, they contribute $500 per year towards my HSA. All I had to do was go get a wellness checkup and they credited my HSA account. It was pretty awesome. I was like, yeah, I'll take free money any day of the week, especially when I'm able to invest that money and let it grow. Sometimes employers don't offer an HSA, and if yours doesn't, don't worry because you're still able to open one. As long as you're enrolled in a high-deductible health plan, then you can open up an HSA account on your own. In this case, it would be self-directed, kind of like how if you want to invest in an IRA, then you have to do it on your own. The two that I'm more familiar with that I'd recommend are Lively and Health Equity. I'll throw links in the description to check both of them out. If your employer offers an HSA, then they'll choose the company, so all you have to do is create an account. The good thing about an HSA is that you have full control over it. Once you start investing in one, it is yours. You can take it with you even if you leave your current job. If you switch employers, then you can roll it over just like you would with a 401k account with a past employer. You can withdraw your money for non-medical expenses, but it comes with a little bit of a price. If you use your funds to pay for things other than non-qualified medical expenses, then those funds will be taxed as ordinary income and the IRS will impose a 20% penalty. So if you spend $500 on non-qualified medical expenses like candy at Walgreens or something fun like that, then you'll pay a $100 penalty. This $500 will also be shown as income earned for the year as well, which you'll of course pay taxes on. This is not cool. Don't do this because it defeats the whole purpose of an HSA. And also, don't try to get one over on the IRS by trying to use the money for non-qualified medical expenses. Sure, they may not catch you if they don't audit you, but the IRS, they really aren't the kind of people that you want to be messing with. These people will eat your lunch, take the rest of your lunch money, then come back for more. This is really important. You need to keep track of your medical receipts over the years so you're able to actually take money out later down the line. If you're not going to need to cash these receipts in for another 20 or 30 years, then the odds of those receipts getting lost is extremely high. You're going to move, you're hopefully going to go on a cleaning binge and probably accidentally throw those receipts out, or life is just going to happen and they'll randomly disappear just like your socks always do. Side question, does anyone else have a sock monster living in their house house like I have since I was a small child. Organization is the key. If you're not an organized person, then you need to get freaking organized. These receipts are like Willy Wonka's golden tickets. No ticket, no chocolate. They're as valuable as money since you can't take money out of your HSA without them. Here's my personal system. To ensure that I never lose a receipt, immediately after paying a medical bill or arriving home from the doctor's office, I take a picture of that receipt, then I upload it to a file storage system somewhere out there on the cloud. Now, you can use something like Google Drive, Dropbox, or Evernote. I personally use Google Drive, and I have a specific folder set up for this type of thing. I have one folder for receipts I haven't cashed in yet, and another one for when I eventually do. That way, I'll be able to keep track of everything. I'm a weirdo who likes to stay super organized, and I'm an overachiever, so you don't have to go this far, but I also track my medical expenses in a Google spreadsheet where I track a lot of my other life things as well. Now, you can't just submit receipts for everything, so let's talk about the medical expenses that are eligible for reimbursement. We've got acupuncture, bandages, body scans, chiropractor, contact solution, glasses, doctor's appointments, surgery, therapy, wigs, x-rays, guide dogs. If you get a guide dog, you can turn the receipt into your HSA and get that stuff paid for tax-free. Those are just a few. The list is pretty long and the IRS will update it every year. I would assume that the vast majority of things on this list will not change. To give you a detailed look at everything on the list, I'll throw a link down in the description so you can go over it a little bit more for yourself. Since you'll be using your HSA as a retirement investment vehicle, we need to have the very important fees talk. No matter which company you use for your HSA, you should be aware of if they charge you any fees. Most won't, but some will charge you. As for the fees when it comes to the investments that you choose, I personally go with a low-cost index fund, preferably something from Vanguard if they're available. Now it's time to get into some behind the scenes, how the fudge is packed, how the sausage is made, and show you my HSA. So here's my HSA. My current employer uses Health Equity as the provider. I like them, they're perfectly fine. I have no issue with them at this point in time. Now, leading up to this year, I wasn't contributing to an HSA for a couple different reasons. One of them was I was on some medication that I wanted to get off before I started contributing to an HSA. And the other one was I didn't understand an HSA and how important it was and how much it can help your retirement, help supplement your retirement and grow even more wealth for your future self. So that's why my account balance isn't too high, because this is the first year. If you notice here, I have the breakdown of my account balance. So I've got $1,400 invested and available to spend or do something with, I've got $1,300. Now, like I said at the very beginning of the video, I have to leave $1,000 available to spend. I can never invest $1,000. That's a minimum that I have to keep in my account. But I still have $337 to invest. But I'm gonna get to that in a minute and what I'm doing with that, because it's very important. Now let me show you how I have my investments broken down. Here are the two investments. I've got a bond and I've got a Vanguard Growth Index right here. And I've got it's a 95% in the growth index and 5% in a bond. These are the investment options that I have available to me. Luckily, Health Equity has all low-cost Vanguard index funds, which makes my heart really happy. And they're all passively managed, which makes the cost very low. That's why it's a low-cost type index fund. They also have retirement funds in here as well. Going back to what I mentioned at the very beginning of the video, as you can see, I still have $337 available to invest. Now, I just had that money deposited into my HSA account, and I don't have to do anything right now because I have turned on automatic investments. So this money will be invested first thing Monday morning. If you have an HSA, I highly recommend turning on auto invest, because you don't want to have to log into your account and be clicking to invest every time you get money deposited into your account, because time in the market is more important than timing the market. You want to leave that out of your hands, out of your brain, and not even worry about having to click invest, because it's automatically going to be doing it for you. And just to show you my investment fee, if you will, they have a monthly administration fee of 0.033%. I can't get around this. It's just the way that it is with Health Equity. So I kind of have to deal with it. But luckily it's pretty low, so it's not that big of a problem. If it was higher than that, I'd probably go to my HR department and be like, hey, look at this. This is really expensive. Can we switch companies, or can you talk to the company to get that fee lowered? Just to reiterate the monetary benefits again, if you're single and max out your HSA for 20 years, then at a 7% return, you'll have over $143,000. After 30 years, you'd have over $330,000. If you're married and you max out $7,000 per year for 20 years, then at a 7% return, you'll have over $286,000. And after 30 years, you'll have over $660,000. Even though you might be healthy now, we're all gonna age and see a spike in our medical expenses as the years go on. That's why it's important to take advantage of this HSA right now. It's gonna save you a ton of money in the future if you just make sure to invest the money in your account. Let me know in the comments below what you think of an HSA, or if you have any more questions. Check out the links in the description to different playlists to help you out with all of your personal finance and investing needs. I'll see you in the next one, friends. Adios. Quick disclaimer, this video is for informational purposes only. I am not a financial professional. Please do your own research before investing your money.